Hello everybody. Hey everybody, could somebody let me know in the chat if you can hear me and if you can see everything? All right, everybody. Welcome to round 2 of USAU Club Nationals. In this matchup, we have Furious George versus Machine. Furious George out of Vancouver, British Columbia. Won their first game of pool play against Chain Lightning today, I believe 15-12. While Machine lost in a nail-biter to Ring of Fire 15-14. I'm Jeremy Ziskind. A one-man show today. I'm going to bring you some hot pool play action in the men's division. Thanks for joining me. Machine is set to receive the pull from Furious George. On the line, of course, you can't talk about Machine without Kurt Gibson this year. 3-time club national champion with 3 different teams. This is 4th in Chicago Machine. If he wins this year, he will officially be the greatest player of all time. So Machine's now set to go on offense, getting the centering pass. Isolating Kurt Gibson, going deep, they look him off. Got AJ Nelson with the disc. Big cutter, gets it to Kurt. Kurt in the middle of the field, simple backhand. Fakes the deep shot. Looking for Kurt. Kurt gets the inside break. Machine looking for some space downfield. Wind is really picking up in the second round, and a big backhand to Kurt. Misread by the defense. Kurt on the doorstep. And Carpenter with a dish into the end zone. Machine scores first, 1-0 over Furious George. So these teams trying to feel themselves out in the wind to start this game. Some nice handler defense to start, but Kurt does what Kurt always does. Starts in the handler set, goes downfield. Very tough to match up against him. This is a bit of a different team for Kurt. You know, you could say he wins club nationals in even years. He won in 2012, 2014, 2016 with 3 different teams. The difference between those teams and this one is that those were really a collection of all-stars. You felt before the season started that his presence, along with several other new additions, were going to put them over the top. This year is a little different. He actually lives in Chicago. It's more of a stable team. Lost a bit of firepower in Jonathan Goose Helton, Bob Liu, Brett Matsuka, who went to Ring of Fire. So Machine has a lot of talent, has a bit of a pedigree, but this would be a monumental task to get them to semis or finals, not least of winning the whole thing. So here comes the pull. And we have Furious George on offense, and that pull is going to sail out of bounds. And we have longtime Furious handler Kevin Underhill with the disc, rock solid, doesn't like to huck too much. And Furious will be setting up in a horizontal stack. Barely gets the first pass off. Now Andre Galitz with the disc on the far sideline. Throws a scoober upfield. That's a tough one in these conditions. Dancing in the lane. Galitz not able to get it up line. Underhill throws it into the ground. That's a tough upwind break. So now Sam Canner with the disc, another new addition from Revolver. Strong veteran player out of Carleton. And we'll see this machine, go to work. We've got Walden with the disc. And a big blade going up. And that's a goal for Machine. That's Sam Canner with the break for Machine. It is 2-0. That's a confident blade throw in the wind, going downwind. I have no idea what this celebration is, but I like it. Let's talk a little bit about Furious George, one of the most storied club teams in Ultimate history. 3 national championships in 2002, 2003, and 2005. Haven't had as much success on the scene in the last decade, but a fairly consistent presence. They didn't make it to club nationals last year, but they did make quarterfinals in 2016. Now their lone holdover from that 2005 championship is Morgan Hibbert, who is their tallest player, fiery leader. And the pull is going up. We'll see if Furious can hold on offense, down 2-0. Sorry, I will update the score. I'm just trying to do a million things here at once. Kevin Underhill looking to atone for his last turnover. Furious now in a vertical stack. And Machine running his zone. Wind is howling. Furious having a tough time getting open downfield. Big forehand goes up, and that is a confident throw to number 5, Ty Barbieri. That's 2 blades for 2 scores here in the downwind end zone. 2-1 Machine. So you can see number 8, Morgan Hibbert. I believe he broke his arm many years ago, and he was a righty. And after that, learned to throw exclusively left-handed. Actually, I shouldn't even say exclusively left-handed. From games I've seen, he throws either side. He had to throw lefty for a while, so his lefty throws became very good. But now he can throw either a righty or a lefty backhand, and you rarely see him throw a forehand. on either side. We got Rumi Tejpar with the disc, looking to pull. And Furious going to have to break upwind to tie. Machine with the upwinder on the very first point of the game. Upwind hold, and then broke downwind. Here comes the pull. Nice pull. Gibson again at the center of the offense. Can't find anyone downfield. And calls a veteran high stall foul against Morgan Hibbert. Those guys have been around the block. Steps into the mark, calls a foul. Looks off the deep throw. Machine working it side to side, looking for their shot. Gets it upfield. Got a player going deep. Looks him off. And they're content to throw a bunch of short passes. And he throws through the mark, calls a foul. That one's coming back. Fred Landman's end up with it. This will come back in at 0. Big blade huck. And that one is caught easily by Alex Evangelidis. So it is 3-1 Machine. Alex Evangelidis, along with Sam Canner on Machine, played for Revolver together. I believe won a couple of titles, and also played together at Carleton College, where they won a title in 2009. So we've got Carleton Cut alums all over the field. Here's Sam Canner with the disc. 5-time club champion with Revolver. First year on Machine with the pull. And that one sails out of bounds. Temperature, upper 70s. That's Fahrenheit for you Canadians. Couldn't be a more perfect day for Ultimate. Walden Nelson on the mark. Machine again down in their zone. Furious probing, looking for a chance downfield, can't get it. Handler dances in the lane but gets it. It's a break backhand. Oof. Galis gets it open downfield. Ooh, and a miscommunication on the dump. Gives it right to Machine. Sam Canner getting it going. Jesse White and Walden Nelson working it. It's the simple upfield pass. And that is too easy for Machine. The upwind break to Jesse White. And Machine is rolling in this one. That's 4-1. Machine looks like they came ready to play, coming within 1 point of upsetting Ring of Fire. Machine has not had a full squad the entire year. They've had a lot of absences. This is the first time we get to see them really at full strength. And so far, it looks like they came to play. Furious George, in an interesting situation this year. They're the 5th seed at Nationals. They didn't play a single Nationals qualifier the entire year outside of the Northwest. And even they admitted they were looking to not play the highest competition earlier in the season. They were trying to score a 3rd bid for the Northwest. And they accomplished that task. They crushed all the teams they played this year and then upset Rhino and Sockeye to win the Northwest for the first time since 2006. It's hard to believe it's been that long. You know, while we're waiting, we do have Revolver High Five over here. I don't know if any of you care about this game, but High Five did upset Madison Club in the first round. And Revolver's Revolver. They beat Sub-Zero. I don't think they've lost a pool play game at Nationals in 3 years, or no, 6 years. I don't actually know the score. Anyway, back to this one. And Furious, I'm sorry I missed that. Furious dropped the ball. That was tragic. Not what you want out of a timeout. And Sam Canner breaks the mark, gets the disc to number 15, Andrew Sheehan, for the simple break. That is rough for Furious George. Just they're gonna have a really hard time coming back now. It is now 5-1 Machine after the drop pull. Wind playing mind games with some of these players out here. Some of the nerves getting the best of them. You know, Furious came into this tournament with a little bit of a target on their back. They're the number 5 seed. People want to see them prove it. They did beat Chain in the first round. Chain the last seed in the tournament. So Furious is still in the driver's seat to make it to pre-quarters. And they still have a chance in this game, although it's 5-1 now. Let's see if they can score this downwinder. Joey Carey for Machine with the pull. And once it in, coming down in a zone. near layout block. Trying to get it off the line, Kevin Underhill. Stall count getting high. There's a backhand. And Furious finally breaks it to the other side. Andre Galitz with the break. Morgan Hibbert. Again, you see he's throwing a righty backhands and lefty backhands, just depending on how he catches it and which pivot foot he sets. Galitz now looks off up line, faking hammer. It's Fowler pick. Really clamping down on defense in the red zone. Galitz on the sideline. It's off the inside break. Back to Galitz. Galitz to Brendan Wong. Wong fakes Scuba. Can't get the backhand. And throws a cheeky little throw over the stack. But that is some excellent red zone defense from Machine. That blade to the corner has been working, but not on this play. Do we have a call here? All right, and the disc will stay with Machine. We got Steven Mance with the disc. Always tough to walk up to the line, going upwind into the teeth of the zone. See how he does. Oof, and an immediate block from Kevin Underhill. Furious again on the doorstep. And another miscommunication in the backfield gives the disc right back to Machine. And another turnover. Big Hut going up to Morgan Hibbert. Oh, and he snatches it out of the sky over Travis Carpenter. Wasn't pretty, but it got the job done. Morgan Hibbert with the goal. It's 5-2 Machine. To give a little history, Furious George is a 10-time Canadian national champion, 3-time UPA champion, 3-time world champion. Machine looking to break through, win a championship. And when you have Kirk Gibson on your team, anything is possible. Fred Lamb with the disc, set to pull. That's going to sail out of bounds. Machine in a vertical stack. Ooh, speculative upfield throw. Turns it right over to Furious, now with a chance to break to go 5-3. That was too casual of a high release throw. Lamb now. Furious working it back and forth in their horizontal stack, and a layout D from Alex Evangelidis gives the disc back to Machine, and now they're fast breaking. Looks off A.J. Nelson. Fakes inside break. Gives it back to the handler. Working up line, give go. Trying to jam it into that corner. Gets the break off. Can't find the continuation. Machine with the inside break. And a little lefty backhand to A.J. Nelson gets the job done. Machine with the score. And the downwind hold. That's 6-2. So far we've seen several turnovers from Furious George in the dump space. We've seen some dancing in the backfield has led to some miscommunications. And Machine has mostly capitalized. We've got Sam Canner, Von Allen Gilon, Michael Pardo, Walden Nelson. Here comes the pull. Machine again goes zone. Galitz with another high release backhand, and that one turns over in the wind. These high release passes not getting the job done. Machine now on the doorstep of another break. Slip for Canner. That's going to hang in the air for Furious George. Gets the disc back. Machine definitely content to let Furious George work it in the backfield. Shutting down a lot of the downfield options. Simple backhand breaks the mark. Continuation pass, Underhill. Reverses the field. Looks off Underhill. Furious sending multiple cutters to that corner. They finally find their man, that's Ty Barbieri. And Furious with the downwind hold. We are at 6-3. Half is at 8, game to 15. We got soft cap at 1 hour and 25 and hard cap hour 45. So that should put us at 1240 for soft cap. Got Rumi Tejpar set to pull. 3 pulling 6. Machine going downwind on offense. Ooh, and a nice defensive play. Knocks the disc away on the dish to the sideline, and Furious has a great chance for an upwind break. They get this one, they're really right back in the game. Trying to get the disc to the corner. Rumi Tejpar with the break around. Inside break, and that is an upwind break for Furious George. Looks like that's number 68, Dave Nielsen. And Furious, just as I'm counting them out, right back in it, 6-4 upwind break. See if they can get a crucial downwind hold. It's not what you want going downwind. The last thing you want is a short turnover in the dump space. So Machine has work to do. Kurt gives it with the disc, fakes the big huck. Machine isolating cutters in the lane. 1 by 1 getting the disc upfield. Travis Carpenter. Simple dish back to Kurt. Kurt surveying his options, doesn't like the break mark. Simple dump backwards. Patient offense from Machine. Give and go upfield, far side. Another upline cut. Machine on the doorstep. And they get a simple goal to Alex Evangelidis for an upwind break. 7-4 Machine over Furious. This is a special time for the sport of ultimate frisbee. It's not just nationals, but this is the 50th anniversary of the founding of the sport. 1968, back in New Jersey. First game ever played. Founded in the summer camps of Massachusetts, spreading to elite private high schools and then to elite East Coast colleges. Now enjoyed by everyone. All right, back to the action after the timeout. Machine up 7-4 on Furious George. Again, half is at 8. And that's a nice pull, lands in bounds. Furious is gonna have to work out of their own end zone. Machine now with the zone going. Furious going into the teeth of that wind. Trapped on the far sideline. Ooh, they don't want to throw Callahan here. This is a nasty spot to be in as a handler. Oof, and right to Machine, who gets the immediate break to Sam Canner for half. That's 8-4. Zone working to perfection, causing Kevin Underhill to throw a dicey throw. So the story of this half has been short field turnovers. Furious with 4 or 5, giving Machine ample opportunity to score all of their breaks. I don't have an exact breakdown of how many, but it's now 8-4 at half, and Furious is going to have to do a lot of work to catch up in this one. Thanks for joining me again. I'm Jeremy Ziskind, just an ultimate fan. It's good to be out here. We'll give you a little bonus action of high five versus revolver. High five is a Michigan-Ohio hybrid, and revolver, of course, out of the San Francisco Bay Area. High five upsetting Madison Club in their first round game, and revolver beating Sub-Zero in their first round.
You do an awesome job. So appreciative.
if this runs out of, I was gonna change it for you now, but in case it turns out, that you can use this. I think it might go out in this game and in the next game.
Okay.
So put this ready.
How do you change that one again?
It's the that one back here. I can change it for you now if you're not screaming or anything.
No, it was just halftime.
Okay. Can I change it for you now?
Sure.
So you don't have to worry about it?
Sure. So we're back on?
Yeah.
All right. All right, everybody, we're back. Thank you. Thank you for holding tight. Big thanks to Jesus Avila for lending me his equipment for today. And I appreciate you at home for sticking with me on this totally amateur production. One-man show out here. A lot more complicated than I expected. We are still at halftime of Machine versus Furious. Giving you a little bonus coverage of High Five Revolver. A lot of zone thus far being played in both games. Wind is picking up. Games today and tomorrow are at the Del Mar Polo Fields, and we'll be at the Mira Costa or Mira Mesa High School for semis and finals. So the field conditions, the wind could completely change. And we're about to get started here in the second half. Furious versus Machine. Furious will be receiving out of half, trailing 8-4. We've got a lineup of Rumi Tejpar, Kevin Underhill, Devin Thompson, Morgan Hibbert, Jonah Lee Ash, I should say that's Ty Barberi, Hugh Knapp, and Brendan Wong. This team, Furious George, again seeded 5th at this tournament. Kind of a shocker. Won the Northwest region this year, defeating Sockeye in the finals, their first regional championship since 2006. Winning their first pool played game against last seeded Chain Lightning. And with some work to do here in the second half to get back into this one. All right, pull is up. Kevin Underhill and Hugh Knapp will be running the show on offense. Machine again coming down in a zone. Kevin Underhill with a big swing to the sideline. Devin Thompson back to Morgan Hibbert. Morgan Hibbert with a backhand. Kevin Underhill looks off the deep look. Finds Brendan Wong. Brendan Wong looks off the deep shot. Wong up to Hibbert. Dicey inside throw. Devin Thompson looking for a break. Gets it around. Knapp looking inside, can't get it off. Back to Rumi Tejpar. Tejpar can't find him up the line. Breaks it back to Underhill. Underhill looking inside break. Throws a lefty backhand to Tejpar. His machine marks, very good at pushing Furious side to side, not letting him get off those inside breaks. High release backhand. Hugh Knapp now. Furious handlers working it. Tejpar. Travel called. Disc coming back to Tejpar. And that is a simple forehand up the open side to Kevin Underhill. Defensive laps, and so Machine is doing push-ups. But it is now 8-5, and Furious holds out of half with the upwinder. That's a good sign for them. Shout out to everybody watching from Vancouver. I'm a Seattleite myself, so that means I used to go up at age 19 to gamble and drink. So thank you, Vancouver. You have many fine drinking establishments. That also means I'm a Seattle Sockeye fan, which historically has not been good. For all the fans watching, I haven't been very much pro Vancouver in my lifetime, but that was many, many years ago. And here comes the pull. Looks like it's fielded out of bounds. Fielded out of bounds by Machine. Not sure that's what he wanted to do. Tim Fergus now on the cone. That's a mental lapse. AJ Nelson now fakes the big huck. He's usually the one catching the hucks. Furious going straight man-to-man. Evangelides now with the big huck. He's going to find his man deep. That's AJ Nelson. Machine now on the doorstep of an upwinder. Breaking it all the way back around. Evangelides on the far side. Gets the disc back to Nelson. Nelson looking for something. Fergus now looks off the open man. Throws a scuba to a wide open receiver who may be wide open because of a pick. But it's being waved off, and Machine will score the upwinder. And that's 9-5 Machine. Furious comes down man-to-man the last point. Machine more than happy to work it in space. Gets a simple away throw. And after working it among the handlers, scuba to the far corner. Furious now back on offense with a little bit of a different look. Andrew Dick now on the line. But it's going to be Hugh Knapp picking up to Underhill. Underhill at the center of everything. Back to Knapp. Machine again comes down zone. Gets it back to Underhill. Underhill swings it around. Up the line. Morgan Hibbert now on the sideline. Needs to get it back. This is a trap zone and a beautiful low release backhand. That's a lefty backhand for Morgan Hibbert. I'm being told he broke his wrist at regionals years ago. Had to learn how to throw lefty. Played at nationals. Now only throws backhands on either side, depending on how he catches it and where he is. He is the only link to Furious George's last championship in 2005. So he has veteran leadership, commands the respect of everyone. But now he's got the disc on the sideline being trapped and needs to get it off. And he does successfully. Gales now. Gales throws a hammer. And Underhill gets the disc to Tejpar for the Furious hold, 9-6. Machine now back on offense with Alex Evangelidis, Jack Shanahan. We've got Pavel Janis and Tim Fergus back, along with Yiding Howe. Up to Travis Carpenter. Fakes the big backhand. Gets the break off to A.J. Nelson. Machine now with acres of space to work in. Back to Janis, or back to Fergus, I should say. Janis with the disc. Big backhand huck. Goes up to A.J. Nelson. And a spectacular diving grab in the end zone for Machine. A.J. Nelson, go horizontal, big man. So it's now 10-6 Machine. Games to 15. Soft cap will come on at 1 hour and 25 minutes, which should be at 12:40. And here comes the pull. Machine again goes zone. Back to man. To Knapp with the disc. And that's going to be just out of reach. Wind pushing that disc down from number 44, Devin Thompson. Machine with 70 yards to go. Got Steven Mance with the disc. And an immediate first throw turnover. Kevin Underhill, that's the second one of the game he's had. And he gets it back to Morgan Hibbert. And Machine's doing push-ups again. 10-7. And that's what Kevin Underhill gives you. He's an incredible thrower, and he has a knack for finding those Ds. That's the second one he's had on the goal line where he's just interrupted a little dishy. You're not going to see Kevin Underhill put it deep too much. But he's about as solid of a thrower as you'll find. Machine now back on offense. Kurt Gibson back out there. Travis Carpenter, Tim Fergus, Pavel Janis, Yiding Howe. And the big redhead Jeff Weiss. The disc again sails out of bounds. Kurt Gibson to pick up. Tim Fergus and Yiding Howe as Kurt Gibson's dumps. Nelson gets the disc off. Carpenter fakes big backhand. Gets it up to Weiss. Weiss to J.A.Z. J.A.Z. looking deep. Looks him off, gets to Nelson, back to J.A.Z. J.A.Z. up to Gibson. Gibson with a disc up line to J.A.Z. streaking deep. And he catches it in space. Nice upline cut from Pavel J.A.Z. That's confident handling and cutting from that core. Machine making it look easy. That's 11-7. Furious back on offense. Kevin Lohr and Underhill now. Scuber to Galitz. To Lohr. Underhill. Swinging the disc around. Morgan Hibbert. Morgan Hibbert with the lefty backhand. And the big shot. That's going to be good for Underhill. Nice away pass. Kevin Underhill going deep from the handler spot. It's 11-8. And so far in the second half, the teams have calmed down. Turnovers less frequent. Finding their sea legs out here. First half was marred by quite a few short field turnovers. But now both teams finding success in the deep space. That pull sails out the back. Kurt Gibson will bring the disc to the brick mark for Machine. He is the director of sales for a company that innovates in potato-based products. And he gets the disc to Pavel J.A.Z. J.A.Z. to Carpenter. Carpenter with big fakes. Flips it to J.A.Z. J.A.Z. back to Weiss. Weiss now on the sideline. Back to J.A.Z. Going every other. Back to Gibson. Gibson to Evangelidis. Evangelidis with a big shot down the sideline, tailing out of bounds. And he toes it in. Jeff Weiss with the nice deep grab, straddling the line for that deep look, and the machine hold. Jeff Weiss using all 6 feet 4 inches of his frame for that one. Only 21 years old. Few nap now. Up to Underhill. Rumi Tejpar with the disc under. Furious side stack. Fakes a big lefty backhand. Barbieri back to Knapp. Oof. Big layout D attempt. Just missed by inches. Simple backhand up to Brendan Wong, now on the far sideline. Trapp looking for something, gets the disc up to Knapp, and Knapp toes it in for the furious hold. So both teams after this will have a bye, and we'll come back for the 3:45 round, where Furious George is going to be facing Ring of Fire, and Machine will be playing Chain Lightning. So if the results hold here, looks fairly likely that Machine will get second in this pool, and Machine will get, Furious will get third, both advancing to pre-quarters. That's an offsides on the pole. So you get one offsides warning, and anything after that is a yardage penalty. And up goes the pole. Tim Fergus with the discs. Up to Kurt Gibson. Furious now going zone. A 1-3-3, it looks like. And now they've transitioned out of it. Carpenter up to A.J. Nelson. A.J. Nelson fakes a big backhand, gets the forehand break. Jeff Weiss. Weiss gets it back. Gibson now on the sideline. Flat marks from Furious George. Swings the disc to Carpenter. Furious now shading backhand. Swings it again to the sideline. Fergus trapped. Gets the disc off. Janis still trying to get the swing around, calls a timeout. And Pavel Janis now with the disc. Set to tap it back in. Travis Carpenter gets the disc with pressure and throws up a backhand. That's an easy catch for A.J. Nelson. Simple backhand throw. And A.J. Nelson is having himself a game. That's 13-9 machine. Furious is going to have to find something here if they want to pull this thing out. Back to the action. Kevin Underhill taking it at the brick mark. Very nearly an errant pass, but Galitz gets it. Knapp now takes the big backhand. Reversing the field nicely, Rumi Tejpar. Back to Knapp, and a poach block. Throws it right to the defender. That's a break for Machine. Number 25, Ross Barker. And Machine is now up 14-9, 1 point away from victory. I think Machine was doing a salsa celebration there. Apparently Kurt Gibson is quite the salsa artist, and he ran a shuttle cone drill. He raced Walden Nelson, and whoever won. So if Kurt won, Walden had to join him in a salsa dancing class, and that's exactly what happened. Apparently it was awkward for Walden, so it was hilarious for everyone involved. Too bad we didn't get any film of that. And Sam Cantor with the disc. If Machine breaks here, they win. Furious will try to hold down win to make it 14-10. And here we go. Furious in a vertical stack. Now splitting out. Big backhand huck. And Kevin Underhill goes deep again for the score. That's his second point where he sneaks out of the handler space and goes deep. Furious with the hold. 14-10. Back to the action. Big huck goes up. Fergus. Back to Nelson, back to Fergus. Injury called. That's Kurt. Looks to be okay. You don't want to see Kurt Gibson get injured, of course. He looks to be walking okay. And that's too far for Walden Nelson. Furious with a chance for another break. Hugh Knapp picking up. Oh, fakes a big backhand huck. Doesn't get rid of it. Instead gets it off. Alistair Robb. Kevin Lohr now. Back to Robb. Furious going back and forth, not going anywhere. Now gets it upfield to Robb. Alistair Robb with the big huck. And that's gonna be a goal for Furious George. That's Robbie Brennan. That's a Furious George upwind break. It's now 14-10. I should say that's 14-11. Confident throw. And Brennan just ran right onto that. 5'8", 27 years old. Furious still in it, 14-11. They're gonna have to score a few in a row. Soft cap coming up in 3 minutes. Hard cap 20 minutes after that. All right, regardless of the cap, this game will be played to 15. Evangelides, Janice, AJ Nelson, Yiding Howe, Jeff Weiss, Travis Carpenter, Evangelides likes the big throw. Instead takes the easy out. Janice now. Very active mark from Furious George. Let's Janice get it in power position. Upline. Backhand. And that is a big boy going up for a big disc. AJ Nelson having himself a game. 15-11, Machine pulls it out over Furious George here in round 2 of the USAU Club National Championships. That puts Machine at 1-1 on the day. Furious George drops also to 1-1 after a victory against Chain Lightning in round 1. These teams will have a bye, and Furious will be going up against Ring of Fire. Machine will get the 16 seed Chain Lightning, all to determine who's going to win the pool, who's going to make a spot in the pre-quarters, and who is going to be relegated to the losers bracket. I'm Jeremy Ziskin. Thank you for joining me. We'll be back here at, I believe, 1:15 or 1:30, where we're going to be bringing you Dig versus Double Wide. Should be a scintillating game. Thanks again. See you soon.